Ready, guys? Let's do it. Talk about this dope movie that I just saw. Let's do it. Hi, hi, hi. Hello. How's everybody doing? Of course. Like my red looks a little weird, doesn't it? Hold on, guys. It's a little weird, you know? I will say, how are you all? Welcome, 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 welcome. Hopefully everybody's had a wonderful Thursday. and I just saw my movie. After pushback from May of 2020 to November of 2020. To Hi, Braille, how are you? And then we get another pushback to May of 2021, and then they make the decision that they're going to do the dual release, and then another pushback. And you know what? The long wait is over. And what I will say, for me, um, this movie. Oh wait, it says the wrong thing on that. It's this movie. Absolutely. Um, I don't feel that Yelena stole the show. I'm gonna just hit some points pretty quickly because I know a lot of people still haven't seen it, and this is a spoiler-free discussion. Hi, Adam. How are you? So I'm just gonna give you my initial reactions, how the film made me feel, um, give you a little how I felt about each character without saying what they did in the film, giving away any information about anything that you see in the movie. So, like I said, this is a spoiler free discussion. And like I said, you can see Black Widow now in your theaters, or you can get it on Disney Plus if you're a subscriber to Disney Plus behind, the premiere access for that $29.99 price. And if you don't want to go see them in theaters, if you do not want to pay that $29.99, then if you do have Disney Plus, you'll have to wait till October to catch it on Disney Plus. Without it, but outside of that paywall, outside of going to the theater, if you can wait till October, that's when, if you are a subscriber to Disney Plus, that you can see it just your Disney Plus subscription. So I will be going to see it again. Um, you know, and so initial reactions is this film, when it opens up, you feel that emotional weight in the film. From the beginning, you understand that this story is pretty serious, in the type of story that they're trying to tell you. And then we get to see, a moment in the beginning that's, there's the actors here are David Harbour. Said Richard Harbour. David Harbour, he is amazing. Rachel Wise is amazing in the opening as well. And then, cut to later when we see Scarlett Johansson. She's also very good here in the opening, and Florence Pugh as well, when we get that introduction to her character, too. The widows in the film, they kind of, just, the background, characters here. Dracoff, not in the film that much, but his presence is heavily throughout the film. And you get the sense that here's this guy that's just horrible in every way. And this is also how I feel, in my opinion, how you tell a story about a female led character. And it does have undertones that make you think of other things that happen in the world, but it's not beating that over your head. It's not making you feel like they're shoving that message or an agenda down your throat, because the way that they tell it, in the premise of these widows and the things that the widows are going through. So that's good. It makes you feel like just elements of, things that we hear kind of possibly about sex trafficking, but in a very different way, if that makes any sense. And it's, in the way that they do it is a very natural to the story. It doesn't feel like that they're trying to force that in down your throat at all. Um, let's see. I'm trying to get to the good, and then I'll tell you the bad, and then I'll give you my points. Why I feel that it deserves the score that I'm going to give it. Um, and so I think that the Taskmaster, the reveal is quite underwhelming. Yes, for Taskmaster, it's not necessary. He's Dreykov is the villain of this story. Okay, Taskmaster is just an aid to is just a means to an end. Really, the reveal is very underwhelming, but at the same time, it's something that Natasha needs to get past in order to get to her future in back with the Avengers and back with her family, Um, so there's that. You don't, and like I know a lot of people feel that they talk about, Yelena's character, feel like it's a passing of the torch. Um, I don't get that feeling. I get a feeling that she's, her and Natasha have very different stories. They arrive at things very differently. They're similar in when you all seen in the trailer them matching up and fighting. I really like to see them, which also kind of set up that Taskmaster field because Yelena and Natasha, when they're going up and they're fighting each other, from what you see in the trailer, I'm not giving away anything. They're pretty equally matched and they mirror each other's fighting style as well. Um, the thing that I will say about the humor in the movie is the humor in this film. It's not that snarky Tony Stark esque humor. It's some of it's silly, but it's mainly contained to one character in the film, and then everything else really feels more like banter with the characters in the film. Between Yelena and Natasha, them having this sisterly bond, and it really feels like they're having this banter back and forth. And some of those moments are funny, and some of it just feels like, sisters being, kind of jerks to each other. There are several little cuss words at times that I thought, is this a Marvel movie? Not, nothing crazy, but just things that, characters say. The tone of the movie does not feel like I said, like that jokey style. It feels very different in nature. It feels very Jason Bourne esque. It does kind of have that Winter Soldier vibe, but still its own identity. It's similar in that sense, but I would say it's about a spy, but it's really not. It's its own thing from Winter Soldier. The fighting that you get is a little similar. Some of the action, you don't get a big action until the end of the movie, but I think the action that we do get makes sense. You get some action pre from the beginning with a scene with Natasha that I really liked, and then you get some crazy weird moments in the end. You're scratching your head. You're like, why is that happening? Like that makes no sense. But hey, it's a movie about people who have superpowers and can do amazing things. And sometimes you got to just disband your disbelief. I can't talk belief and just go with it. But it also kind of makes sense for why it's happening because it's a sense of urgency to get to another point along the way. And Braille wants to know what time it drops on Disney Plus. If you're Eastern Standard Time, it'll be available at 3 a.m. If you're Pacific, it'll be midnight. Central Time is 2 a.m. And so those are the times of the release of the movie. So if you're, on the West Coast, you got to make it to midnight. And if you're on the East, you got to make it to 3 a.m. Or Central, it's 2 a.m. You know, I'm trying to think, so that's, it's really, there's a lot of emotional beats in this movie. Within the first 15 minutes of the film, I was crying. Um, and then uh, a quarter, three-fourths of a way into the movie, I was crying yet again. Um, and then at the end, and then there's another part. I believe there was like two times. It probably makes no sense for normal people to cry, but I cried. I believe five. I think six times in this movie. Just like things that I was seeing, and the emotion that you're feeling from these characters. The acting from Scarlett Johansson and Florence Pugh is great. David Harbour is great. Rachel Wise, not in the movie that much, but her, but she's good. But the other three are obviously moons above her. She doesn't have a whole lot to do in the movie, but she's good when you see her. Dracoff, he's not in a lot, but his presence is felt throughout the film. Um, just and he is, and so there's that. I'm trying to think of anything else I can tell you about the movie without telling you much of anything else. Um, just everybody watch the movie. Let me know what you think. I will tell you my overall feelings of it now. Like I said, Scarlett Johansson, Florence Pugh are great. The story is a compelling story. You feel a sense of sadness for Natasha and Yelena in this movie, for the things that they go through. And you feel sadness for the other widows that are involved in this story and the things that they're kind of going through as well. Um, so, and the tone of this film is very serious. Like I said, most of the jokes are contained to one specific person, in the movie. Um, and it just seems more like he's an idiot. That's just, he's thinking about the days of old, um, kind of thing. But if I'm going to give this movie a score, oh, also, and Taskmaster, I mean, I understand why they put Taskmaster in the movie because it's very similar to her fighting style and her, how the other widows fight. But Taskmaster is a character that I felt was weak. The reveal was weak. Um, once you discover who it is, you go, oh, okay. But it's also kind of understand why they do it because it's something that Natasha has to let go of. That's something that from her past. Um, and then what's his name? That guy, OT, the guy I can't remember. I know that he goes by OT. I don't. Why are you in the movie? I mean, his character just seemed pointless as well. But overall, if I'm going to give this movie a score, for the acting, the emotion beats, I thought the script was a good script. Kate Shortland did a great job.
Powering off.
Forgot to turn that off. Kate Shortland did a great job directing this film. Um, I would say it's a 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10 because you feel the emotional weight for these characters. You feel a sense of hopelessness. You feel a sense of sadness for Natasha and Yelena and these other widows. And you see, Natasha trying to let go of who she was and move past that. You see Yelena doing the very same. And here are these characters who, yeah, both were involved in the Red Room, but have very different experiences in the way that they saw things, and the way they experience them and how they come out on the other side. So I also don't agree with the fact that, Yelena steals this movie. Um, I feel that Scarlett Johansson absolutely carries the film. I feel that it's a good send off for Natasha's character. And I feel that, yes, going forward, it's good to see where Yelena might end up in the future of the MCU. But no way do I feel like she's just a replacement for Natasha Romanoff in the MCU. The post credit scene, tight. You got to stick around until the very, very end of those credits, though. And I'm not going to give you any information about that, what it relates to, or anything. Just know that it definitely connects to something that I was already hyped for, and when I see this end credit scene, it really makes me hyped for what is coming next with Yelena Belova. And when you see, as I'm saying, when you see that post credit scene, let me know what you think. Do you think it's worth it? To me, it is, and it's doing something and setting up something in a whole different, new kind of way than they, done before in the MCU. Um, so there's that. There's my grade. If I'm going to give it a score, I'm going to give Black Widow a 9 out of 10. Everyone should absolutely see this movie. Absolutely. If you love superhero movies, if you are ready for a film that's the tone is different. If me, I like my fun MCU movies, but I was very happy to see this film and to see a fresh, something completely different outside of that MCU quirky Tony Stark quirky humor. Um, Even when you get to the opening shot and then you get to the credits, even the credits, um, when the actors' names come on the screen, feels completely different. They set that tone from the very beginning. The opening, the opening credits, everything makes you feel that the tone of this movie, the only reason that I know and you all are going to know that this is an MCU movie is because Black Widow's in it and these characters from this universe are in it. But it absolutely feels like a completely different film outside of the MCU, a fresh take, something that they're doing completely different. And the tone, like I said, I can't stress it enough. The tone of the film is different. You do have jokes, but there are not as many. And it's basically one character. And for his character, it kind of makes sense for kind of who he is in the film. So if I'm gonna give it that score, it's that 9, and that's a hard score to give. I can't say where it ranks right now for me in those that MCU list for me. But I feel it could possibly be top 5. I need to see it again and again and maybe again and again to really figure out where I'm going to rank it. But right now, I feel that it could possibly be in the top 5 for me. It is um, outside of Iron Man, and I'm going to be very, very, very bold here. And Paul said it because he had seen it first, and I agree with what he said completely. Iron Man is a very strong, first film for a character. Even though we know Natasha, and even though this for a solo outing for a character is very strong and very high on that list. I don't agree with that it's the greatest MCU movie of all time. I don't. But what I do agree with is that the tone of it, the emotional weight of it, the opening, everything really feels like a whole new thing, a whole new shift. Um, that maybe I don't know if this is going to be where we're going with a lot of these films, um, but it feels like we're turning the corner. There's jokes, but it's not so quippy and not so. There is just enough, um, in those serious moments aren't cut with jokes. You feel them. Um, I feel like it's like, like I literally just saw this movie. I've got to see it again. I'm trying really hard not to give away anything here, but watch it. It's worth a watch, whether you watch it on Disney Premier Access for that $29.99, or you go to your movie theater and watch it, or however you consume this movie. It's enjoyable, and I think everybody should see this. And they did. I feel like they did my girl right here. Um, but Taskmaster, weakest point. But Dracoff is is great. You know, I will say that. From when we get, he's not in the film a lot, but you feel his presence throughout in the actions and the things that he's done to Natasha and Elena. Um, and so watch the movie. Let me know what you think. Um, and next time I'll be talking about this movie, we'll be talking about things that happen in the movie, things that we've seen. I can break it down a lot more. I just wanted to give you my initial thoughts on the movie because I know everybody's not seen it. I was supposed to see it at midnight, and then my son had a thing, at his game, and then he's like, I have a bonfire. So then we found another theater that was actually doing two showings early today at the 5 and 7 p.m. time. So I was able to see it at 5 p.m. So that was great. Good movie. Hey Enzo, how are you? He says, hey, I'm here now. Can't wait. You are going to absolutely, Enzo, I think you're going to like this movie. I really, really do. I think a lot of people who are tired of that um, overly jokey MCU movies will feel very happy with that. Now there is an element, but I don't feel like that element is jammed down your throat. It makes sense in this world of superheroes, and you feel it's very. It has a theme to it, and I'll bring up that point later. Definitely want to do a Black Widow spoiler talk stream on my channel sometime soon, probably Monday. Hopefully, you can join with some other members. Yeah, if I'm free, I will definitely do that. I want to talk about this movie right now. I wish everybody's seen it so I could tell you every little thing I loved and the things that I didn't like. But it's pretty close to it's an it's pretty close, guys. It's not perfect. Um, but it's really good. I will say that. So there's that. Watch Black Widow. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna talk about all these spoilers for this movie very, very soon. You never know, my crazy ass. If everybody, you all might not have seen it. That'll be the only thing. But if you watch it on, if you're like, no, you're not gonna be able to make it to theater, and you're gonna watch it on Disney Premier Access, and if I can, wrangle people that have seen it and I'm still awake and coherent and they want to talk about it, or if we're somewhere else talking about it, I'll make sure to let you all know, um, you know, when we're going to do that. Because I'm ready now, but I can't. I gotta behave. But definitely watch it. Watch it, I say. So, did everybody get to see the What If trailer? What do we think about that? Right? We're gonna look at that real quick, right? We're gonna look at the What If trailer. You want to do that? And I'll give you my thoughts on that. And apparently no Robert Downey Jr. coming back. So let's look at it, and I'll let you know what I think. Right? Says everybody's seen it. What if it was awesome? It was trite. Reacted to the What If trailer. Looks dope. I did. All right, Justin, will definitely let you know. Um, see, I'm not. I don't want him to come back, but I really wanted him to come back for this because it was like, but that makes me think. Do we hear Chris Evans' voice in this trailer, guys? Well, don't tell me. Don't tell me anything because I have been gone. So I haven't seen it, and I was gonna make a video to it, but then I was able to go see the movie earlier, so I got home a little bit later because we found out like what time did we change or adjust our plans? It was around 1, and so yeah. So here we go. Here it is. Here it is.
Yeah, peace. I love peace. I'd be out of a job with peace. Do we know each other?
Time. Reality. It's changeable.
Where you want to be? That's the question, isn't it?
Every universe is different. Each one unique.
Slow down a little bit. There's a few people in the room that don't understand. Not me, I get it.
Who are you?
The name's Captain Carter.
Scheiße!
I am the Watcher. I observe all that transpires here. But I do not, cannot, will not interfere.
I guess I have to freestyle then. Hey!
We have to have the bird.
A Ravager never flies solo. I said never flies solo.
Is that some kind of catchphrase?
You had me worried for a second.
Journey to face the unknown and ponder the question.
I'm excited to see that. That's August 11th. It'll premiere on Disney Plus. That'll be so exciting, right? So, what are you all excited for What If? Let me know what you think. I'm super excited. Can't wait to see it. I'm excited to see, the MCU do something, to do an animated show. Excited to hear a lot of these characters come back. If I'm going to score that trailer there, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It looks like it's going to be fun. I really wish Robert Downey Jr. was coming back. But it makes sense that, you know, he's not. But in this sense, I felt like it would have been great. Yeah, it's Chadwick. But I'm excited that Chadwick, has that. We get to see him come back. Even though it's an animated, we get his voice is T'Challa again. So I'm very excited to see that. Super excited. The only one that doesn't look so, I'm not really, like I said, Captain Carter. I'm not so interested in that. Yeah, lots of cool concepts. Excited to see Spider-Man, Sorcerer Supreme, T'Challa, Star-Lord, Marvel Zombies. Would have loved to have RDJ back. Wonder why he didn't join. I think it's because he's really done. Maybe. I feel like if he was possibly coming back in the sense, being some type of AI for Ironheart, that he would have been here. Or maybe they just didn't have there's no contracts negotiated and they couldn't fit. But it seems like for that small thing that they would have been able to figure that out. So we don't know. This is all speculation at this point. I'm going to call my husband and ask him real quick. Why? Sorry. I had to look at something on my phone. Yeah, they are. And I think that that's like the 9-picture deals. I think they're still going to do the contracts, but they're not going to be 9-picture deals. Yeah, I would want to be in the Marvel family. So I'm excited to see What If. Excited to see what that's about. To get into that, and that'll premiere August 11th on Disney Plus. We have the season finale of Loki coming up next week, ladies and gentlemen. We just got the first MCU movie back in theaters, right? In 2 years time. It's been 2 years since we've been able to see a MCU movie on the big screen. And I tell you, this one, the tone, like I said, is different. And what a good film to go to see Marvel shifting and possibly moving into this new type of thing, this new type of tone in their films. As Phase 4 begins, in the films, it's already began, with the TV shows, we know that. But Shang-Chi, I wonder how much humor will be in that movie. Will it be contained? Will we be able to deal with Awkwafina? Will she drive us crazy? Find out. Find out very soon in September. Obviously, there was no Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's just like at this point, it's getting like the Eternals. When we see it, we'll see it. I'm not going to keep speculating on when that trailer is going to come. I was hoping it would be here in this Black Widow movie, but I didn't see. No, yes, there is no Spider-Man No Way Home trailer in this movie. Unless they update it and put it back. I don't know. Superwise at this point is just like, we're never, ever, ever, ever going to get it. There is a Shang-Chi trailer, but I believe it's the same Shang-Chi. I have to look at it. It looks slightly different. With the footage we've seen, there's a Shang-Chi trailer, Jungle Cruise trailer. But I think it's more Sony's call, Justin, but we did get the Far From Home trailer in Endgame. So that has happened before. Your theater did Eternals instead of Shang-Chi? Well, mine did Shang-Chi. I don't need a Spider Boy. I need a Spider Man. Oh, and porno. Hilarious. Well, we'll see. Yeah. So you got Eternals. I got a Shang-Chi trailer, but there is no Spider-Man. Yeah, many people might not have liked Black Widow, but there's a lot of people that did like it. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I'm curious to hear your thoughts and what you think of the movie overall. I'm gonna wrap up. This was just a short little thing I was doing. I might come back. You might see me later. You might see me later, ladies and gentlemen. But I just wanted to get out those thoughts. So if you have any questions or anything you want to add, now would be the time to do so. Because we got about 5 more minutes and we're going to wrap up. So if you have any questions about the movie or any comments, you let me know. Because like I said, we have a few minutes. And then we're going to be up out of here. So anything you want to add before I push this little button. Hi, Nate. Oh, Nate, I'm getting ready to go. I was just giving my initial reactions, Nate, to Black Widow. And I smile all the time, Elitas. What are you talking about? I'm always smiling. It's just like I got resting. I do that a lot, don't I? So yeah. The score is good. I mean, it could be. I feel like with a lot of the Marvel movies, Superwise or not, it's kind of underwhelming at times. But she does have her own music, and it's good. I mean, I will say it's good, not great, good. I feel like that's where Marvel could do better with the scores sometimes. I mean, we got Type Avengers theme, but a lot of the times that stuff does fall flat. What is the best part of Black Widow? Well, Leroy, I'm not doing spoilers, but if I'm just going to pick a scene in a movie, it's near the end. I can't really say. And she's talking to Dreykov. But the opening is very strong, too. The opening sets the tone to the movie. It really does. Hi, Geekly Goods. We're just going to wrap it up here. We're doing our spoiler-free discussion of Black Widow and letting you know my thoughts and my opinions. Because, I just initial reactions to the movie. And I gave it a 9 out of 10. Oh, you're fine, Leroy. No worries. No worries. I was just letting you know that we're not doing spoilers right now because a lot of people haven't seen it. And I just don't want to spoil that experience for other people. You've done absolutely nothing wrong. I just want to make sure we just kind of stick to, very vague things that I'm saying about the movie. But great. New feel, new tone. The opening, this might sound weird. I feel like I sound like Iron Man. But the opening credits, after you get even that feels so different. You're like, oh, is this a Marvel movie? Really? I'm telling you guys, watch this movie. Let me know what you think. Do you like it? Or do you or not? Let me know your thoughts, your opinions. What's your score? Out of 10, what are you going to give this movie after you see it? Come back, let me know. You can comment down below on this here. or we'll be streaming several times, and we'll probably talk about Black Widow until we're blue in the face. Because you know what? I just watched it, but I'm going to be watching it again because I'm getting it on Premiere Access. And then I'm going back to the theater tomorrow to see this movie. And then I'm going back on Saturday and Sunday to see this movie again. And I'll probably go next weekend. I am going to see this movie as many times until I feel like I'm comfortable ranking it. But right now, initial thoughts that this could possibly be in my top 5 MCU movies, top 10 list. Leroy gives it a 7.5. Yeah. You have not even seen, Alinas, you've not even seen it. Heck, you are the widow. Exactly. That is me. I'm the widow, ladies and gentlemen, with the red light, with the black on as always. All right? I'm Ashley, aka the widow. And you know what, guys? Y'all are awesome. Everybody watch this movie. I'm telling you, watch it. The MCU, Kevin Feige, my love, my bae, he's done it again. His plans are working. Adam gives it an 8.5. Superwise says, great review. Hopefully I can get you on the Black Widow spoiler stream on my channel. I'll keep you updated in your comment section. Yes, Superwise, let me know. I would love. Superwise also said, Nerd Man, Black Widow is the best superhero movie of all time. 100 out of 10. Yes. Like I said, make sure those notifications are on. If you can watch Black Widow this evening, tomorrow, if you can't get to the theater and you want to get it for that $29.99 price, you can get it on Disney Plus, behind the Premiere Access. Yes, I can't wait for that too, Adam. I want everybody to see this movie so I can talk about it to the point where my obsessive brain can let it all out. But again, I'm your girl, Ashley, aka The Widow, and you know I'm about to be up out of here. Thank you all for coming by and listen to me give you my thoughts on Black Widow. And we checked out the What If trailer. Again, are you excited for What If? I know I am. I can't wait. You can see What If on Disney Plus August 11th. We're going to get to see Zombie Cap, all these great different, timelines in the multiverse, right? And it is canon, right? These are different universes that exist within the MCU. I'm excited for an animated show. I can't wait to see it. If I'm grading that trailer again, it's a 7 out of 10 for me for that trailer. Next week, season finale of Loki. What will be my final verdict on the show? Because right now, what have I told you? I don't know if I like it, and I don't know if I don't like it. But what I do know is the episodes I don't like, I really don't like them. And the episodes that I like, I really, really like them. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and make sure your notification bell is turned on. And let me know down below. On this one, please don't put any spoilers in the comment section. But if you want to tell me what was your score for Black Widow, are you excited for What If? Let me know. Again, I'm your girl, Ashley. Thank you. Always, I'm Ashley, aka The Widow. And you know what? I'm up out of here. Bye.